There we go. My mic always wants to do its own thing, you guys. Hopefully we get some folks in, y'all be able to even hear me. All right, so let me get my chat going so I can read it with these eyes. These eyes ain't what they used to be, y'all. All right, let's see. I'm live. Oh, I'm actually on time as far as in sync with what's on YouTube right now and what's happening out, or what's happening here. Welsh Piper, welcome. Old Hollywood Briar. Hey there. Long time no see. I was wondering the other day, I hadn't heard from you in a little while. I know you're doing your own channel and whatnot, but I mean, I haven't personally heard from you in a while. Let's see. Millennial Piper, welcome. You guys, I am loading up a tin of Crooner, largely a burley blend with a little bit of deer tongue in it. This one's got a couple of years on it from May of 21, and it just has enough deer tongue to notice that it's not just a straight burley blend, and it's a kind of a cube cut burley, really small. It's really a mixture of cube cut and ribbon cut or something, maybe not a ribbon, but the cubes aren't large and they kind of fall apart. They're real easy to load. Think of something like Granger or Sir Walter Raleigh. Oh, Alien Ant Farm. I have to check that out. DeSoto Dog, welcome. Spurgeon Piper. Man, we got some folks in the house, y'all. So Spurgeon, oh no, that's Jonathan Spurgeon. Different person. So, I need to get a hold of Spurgeon Piper because we were going to do a collaboration video at some point in the near future, hopefully. Yeah, I picked up on it, Jonathan. Sorry about that. I'm just as excited that you're here. So my bad. Let me light up this crooner. I'm gonna smoke one of my 320s. I've currently got 6 320s, but this is my Roma Lucite 320. As always, while I'm lighting, y'all chat amongst yourselves. Sometimes it's tough to get these 320s going. They are large mouth pipes. Almost a full inch across at the top of the rim, or the top of the chamber. But there we go. I might have to relight that in a second, but I think we got it first time. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Welsh Piper. Just not able to do international shipping at the moment. And if I did, it would cost a good bit of money to ship. Typically cost about $25, sometimes even more, just to ship one pipe internationally these days. The only exception to that is Canada. Canada's probably about $15 to $20. That's still a high shipping rate to get one pipe. But there's other concerns beyond just the price as well. So I'm focusing on U.S. Orders at this point. Mark Bear says, I love the Rossi 8701 sitting pipe. I was just thinking about that pipe this morning. I've got one of those in my collection in the cabinet back here. But let's see. Let's see if I can grab it without overturning everything. It's over here. There we go. So this is the one he's talking about, the that Mark mentioned, the Rossi Sitting 8701. Kind of a Lovat shape. A bit thinner of a stem than most Lovats, but man, it's such a great pipe. I featured these a while back on a video, and you know, before I made the video, I was pretty sure a few of y'all would buy them, so I stocked them up. Probably not in, well, I probably have one, maybe two of these in stock at the moment. But great little pipe, acrylic stem, 6mm filtered, and you see they've kind of flattened out the bottom a bit so that it's a sitter. Of course, I can't show you that on camera at the moment, but great little pipe. The Sitting series is kind of an unsung hero. It's my favorite series in the Rossi line because of the acrylic stems, because of that sitting feature. And in particular, the 8644 shape, which I know I just sold out of. I will be getting more of those in. I think I'm going to feature those in a later video. So I'm going to try to stock up on those pretty good bit, you know, a handful of them before I make that video. But yeah, the Sitting series as a whole is just great. Hollywood Briar, I haven't been jamming lately like with anyone else, and I haven't really been practicing all that much as far as he's talking about guitar. But, or at least I think you're talking about guitar. I have been playing bass lately. I had a friend who was a worship leader at the church I went to about 15 years ago, who passed away, but around 08, 09. But he wrote a lot of songs that were, you know, you didn't know these songs. They didn't come on the radio. You didn't know these songs unless you went to that particular church, but they were amazing, phenomenal songs. A lot of us have a lot of good memories of that time. And so we've been planning a, not really a tribute, but just kind of a worship night featuring only his songs. So that's going to be, we've been practicing for that. That's going to be something special. And they invited me to play a few of the songs on bass. Getting some of the old crew together that played with Will back in the day. Welsh Piper, I purchased that cabinet. I actually had it made from an Etsy seller who it doesn't look like, they were called unique display cases, all run together. It doesn't look like they are currently selling on Etsy anymore, so I'm not sure what happened there. You know, pipe cabinets can go up into the thousands. This is more of a working man's pipe cabinet, but it was still several $100s. Um, but I've always wanted one, so I picked it up a few years back. Welsh Piper, I don't know about Doc. Welsh Piper, the crooner is indeed a burley blend. I believe it's only burley. Mostly cube cut, but it has a little bit of deer tongue in it to just set it off from other burley blends. And I hadn't smoked it in a while, and I filled a bowl yesterday with some crooner. I was like, let's revisit this. I remember really liking it, but had stepped away from it for some time. And man, I just had a great bowl of crooner yesterday. I think I smoked 2 bowls of crooner. And today, this is my 3rd bowl of crooner already at about noontime. Lightly vanilla flavoring coming from the deer tongue, but not much. Like, it comes and goes. Predominantly a burley tobacco. I haven't personally played well, I've played around with acoustic basses, Austin, like in guitar shops and whatnot. Pretty cool. Yeah. Hollywood Briar, I didn't pay quite that much for this one, but I know what you're talking about. I've seen other pipe cabinets that are typically smaller than this one go for about what I paid for this one. Might be better made than this one, honestly. But I get by with this one. So let's get into what I was going to go live about. Well, first off, let me tell you that if you guys haven't heard, GLP's is coming out with a new blend from their new series. I can't remember what that new series is called. Let's see. Bankside was the first one they put out. The Zeitgeist collection. I can't believe I didn't remember that. The Zeitgeist collection of tobaccos. So the second blend is coming out next week sometime. It's called Geometry. And it's another plug cut. So GLP's makes a decent handful of plug cuts. But I will be carrying that. Yeah, sometimes your best bet, if you're a patient man, which I struggle with patience, as far as finding a pipe cabinet or a good pipe rack, is looking in your antique and thrift shops. Sometimes you can find a pipe rack. A little more rare is a pipe cabinet, but you can find them. Depending on where in the country you are. Or you could find something like a gun rack or something like that you could fairly easily modify, or a curio cabinet, something like that. So I wanted to mention the geometry. Also wanted to mention the Phoenix pipes. So the Peterson Phoenix pipes. I knew that they wouldn't be around forever, but it's kind of snuck up on me that probably, I'm not sure when I'll be completely sold out, but it's probably coming sometime this year, you guys. Currently, I'm very low stock. I have only 3 shapes in stock. Originally, the Peterson Phoenix line was 6 shapes, and now I only have 3 in stock. I think I have like 7 69 shapes and 7, what do I have? Seven 68s, 7 69s, and just 1 106. So I'll be sold out of that one really soon, you guys. And I hate to make you guys, you know, I don't want to make this a race to get to checkout, but once that 106 is gone, I won't be able to get any more of that shape. So shapes are selling out because rod stock for that particular stem, well, let me show you one. Do I have them anywhere? Where'd they go? Where are my Phoenix pipes? Here's one. What's this? This is my 69, I think. 68. This is my 68, so I do have some of these left. But that particular acrylic, that color and swirl, that rod stock was limited in quantity. And they're getting down to the bottom of what's available. So that 106 pipe is the last pipe of the 106s I'm going to have, unfortunately. I will be able to order more 69s when I sell out of those. But the 68s will also be going away. Now, with that being said, I just wanted to make you guys aware, you know, the 68 is going away when I sell out of what I have now. So is that 106 pipe when that last one sells. But I do have the opportunity, because they have other rod stock sizes, to make a couple of one-offs like we did with the XL02 a few weeks back. The XL02 pipes sold out in just a few days. I only had 2 dozen of those. So I should be able, though, to introduce over the, you know, the rest of 2023, 2 or 3 other shapes before the Phoenix series comes to a close. I don't have them in hand yet, so I can't announce the shapes, but I do believe I'm going to have a slightly bent apple, straight pipe, pot shape, and another straight billiard that's similar to the 106, but a little bit different dimensions. And of course, as I said, I should be able to get some more of the 69s back in stock before the Phoenix series completely goes away. But I wanted to give you guys as much of a heads up as possible on that. It kind of snuck up on me. Couple other things I wanted to mention about live streams. I would really like to do a live stream once a week, maybe in the middle of the week. I know it's Friday today. I really wanted to do one on Wednesday, but I let time slip up on me. I think I'm gonna try to keep my live streams down in size or in length. Particularly if there's not conversation happening. I don't like to create live streams that are half dead air, you know? So I would rather do a 30-minute live stream that is full of talking and conversation and answering questions and whatnot, rather than doing a hour to 2 hour live stream where I'm not really saying a lot. That being said, YouTube has apparently they've started back allowing people to join into live streams, much like a Zoom call or like a Google Hangout or whatnot. I haven't tried it yet, but I will be doing that in the future. It looks like you have to have you and another person already ready to go before the live stream will start. And you may be able to add people to that as you go. But you have to arrange all that outside of YouTube. So I think Instagram does that a little bit better, where you can just go live and you can give people permission if you want to join in. But I like YouTube because I have more people that watch me on YouTube than follow me on Instagram. And YouTube keeps your live streams around so people can watch them in reruns if they miss them. And I have an inkling that more people will watch live streams in reruns if they're 30 minutes long or so, rather than an hour or so. So I'm going to try that. I'm going to try to keep it around 30 minutes. Let's catch up on, while I was babbling, what I missed here. The GLP's the GLP's Zeitgeist collection, that new collection that he started up, is not small batch. They should be a new running series. So, you know, if you miss out on the first batch that I get in next week, I'll reorder them. I've still got some of the Bankside. So hopefully there won't be, you know, that crazy small batch run when they first come out. Man, we got 39 in the house. DeSoto Dog, I don't get too in the weeds with what types of pipes I'll smoke with what types of tobaccos. I do tend to use a small assortment of pipes for aromatic tobaccos only. Most of my pipes, like this one, are for non-aromatic tobaccos, whether that be Burley or Virginia. I don't really have any pipes that are dedicated just to Virginias or just to Burleys. I do have a few that are reserved for just Perique blends. And I have a few that are reserved for just English or Latakia blends. But by and large, most of my pipes, I'm smoking Virginia and or Burley, or a mixture of both, like those types of blends. So yeah, if you're just talking about specifically Virginia only blends, I don't know that I wouldn't personally dedicate a pipe to a certain blend or to, you know, if it's a Virginia pipe or a Virginia blend that's non-aromatic, I would smoke all different kinds of Virginia blends in it and not worry about it too much. But that's just me. Jonathan, I do hope to do other exclusives in the future. Hopefully another one from Peterson, but if not, maybe Savinelli or even Rossi. I'm really pushing for that through the Savinelli distribution chain, but I haven't heard any definite word yet. I do know that I can request pipes to be special ordered, like if I want to do a pipe of the year or an anniversary pipe, you know, like I'm in my 7th year of business now, so I definitely would like to do a 10th anniversary pipe in a few years. But I might want to start up a pipe of the year. Y'all let me know in the comments if you would be interested in a Pipe Nook pipe of the year made by Savinelli or Rossi or Peterson, or maybe even other pipe manufacturers that I haven't done business with yet. There are brands I'm still hoping to carry, you guys. So maybe one of them would do an exclusive for me. So Mullard asked, how would you compare the smoking experience of the 320 KS? Assume you're enjoying at the moment, yes. And the 673s, are those two your favorite two Savinellis? I like the 673 shape. It is not one of my favorites. For whatever reason, they smoke great, but I'm just not drawn to the 673 shape for me personally as a favorite. Well, I don't want to say far and away. I have 2 or 3 Savinelli shapes that I prefer over other shapes. Completely personal preference. I've never smoked a bad Savinelli pipe, or Rossi pipe for that matter. But my favorite Savinelli shape is the 320 Author. My second favorite is probably the 644 shape, but Savinelli has gotten to where they don't offer the 644 in very many lines at all at this point. I don't know why that is. But that's why I mentioned, I think I'm going to feature the Rossi Sitting 8644, which is their version of the 644 shape, in a future video, and I'll stock up on those before I do that, because that is a great little pipe and kind of rare in the Savinelli and Rossi stables these days. I also really like the 321s, but again, they don't offer those in many lines. And then more readily available is the 642 shape. I really like the 642. But there's so many great shapes in the Savinelli and Rossi lines. Let's see. Oh, I missed Hollywood Briar. Have a good one. Oh, that's a vote. A couple of votes for Pipe Nook Pipe of the Year. That's an idea I've been thinking about for a couple of years now. I have to give it some more thought. I don't know, like, I don't want to start with the Savinelli Pipe of the Year and then move to another manufacturer another year. But at the same time, I don't want to be locked into just one manufacturer. So I have to really think about what I'm going to do with that before I move forward with it. Todd, I'm probably not the person to ask about more expensive pipes. I'm a working man and I have a hard time paying $500 or, more for one pipe. That's not to say they're not worth it if you can afford it. But I would say don't sell your car or get a second mortgage on your house to buy 2 or 3 pipes. It really depends on what financial status in life you are. If you just love pipes, it's one of your favorite things. Who am I to say you can't spend 800, 900, 1500 on a pipe? Um, that being said, most of the pipes that I carry here at the Pipe Nook are $200 or less. But the 2 to 300, 350 range. A lot of those catch my eye and give me cold sweats from time to time. But I don't have many pricey pipes at that level. So I can't really speak to that very authoritatively. I will say there's a law of diminishing returns, just like with anything else. If you buy an $800 pipe, you may be getting a more prestigious pipe, better briar quality, that kind of thing. But, if as you double the cost of your pipe, you're not necessarily doubling your pipe smoking enjoyment or the doubling the way that the pipe performs. That percentage of gain goes down and down typically. So you may have to pay 4 or 5 times the cost of a Savinelli, around the $100 level, to get a pipe that's 20 to 30% more better performing, I should say. And that, I think, goes down the more you spend. But that's not to say those aren't gorgeous pipes and wonderful pieces for a collection if you can afford them. John, the unfinished pipes from Savinelli are not coming back, or at least the Series 3s are not. They do make unstained, unfinished pipe series that are better quality grain, better quality briar, but they're more expensive than the Series 3 was, of course, with that really being a factory seconds line. Hey Jeff, good to have you in. So if you guys are ever interested in purchasing one of those slightly pricier unfinished Savinellis, they're great pipes. And I can do a special order for you. currently don't carry those, but yeah, like the 320, a natural no stain. There are a few of those out there in various Savinelli lines. And I might introduce those in the future. But for now, I can special order them for those that are interested. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that 10th anniversary pipe I hopefully wind up doing would be a 320 just because that's my favorite shape. Welsh Piper, I have one Brigham pipe. And that rock maple distillator system doesn't help me very much with tongue bite. Helps a little bit, but not enough. So I stick with charcoal filters in my filtered pipes. And unfortunately, Brigham pipes will only fit their proprietary rock maple distillators and not a standard filter. And I do hope to carry Vallon pipes in the future. Mullard Maltese Falcon is a great blend. That's one of my favorite Latakia blends. In fact, I think I just put a 10 aside to cellar. Probably only 20 to 25% of my smoking is Latakia blends, but that's one of my favorites. No, Randy, those Series 3s were only offered in vulcanite stems. But I'm with you. That was the only thing I didn't like about them. I would personally much prefer a lucite or an acrylic stem. Oh yeah, Todd, there's 622s in the Savinelli line. Well, of course that's the Savinelli shape number. There's plenty of those in 6mm. I imagine I have a couple in stock, maybe in the Roma line. But you can use the search feature of the Pipe Nook site. Let's see. Search. And just type in 622. So I've got them in the Rossi sitting. Again, that sitting series. In the 8622. Then I have an Alligator Brown 622. An Aroma 622 and Aroma Lucite 622. And those are all available in they're all 6mm filtered pipes. With the exception of, let's see, the Aroma Lucite 622. Sometimes I get a 9mm, and I have a couple of those in 9mm filtered. But the vast majority of your Savinelli pipes are 6mm. And so the 622 is no exception there. I'm already way over the 30-minute mark. But as long as we're talking, I don't mind. Relax Piper says, I missed it. What's the Phoenix update? Now that we're in the thick of it, or really towards the tail end of the live stream, I would think. I'll say again that the Phoenix line will be going away eventually. I'm not sure precisely when, but it'll probably be within the year, within this year. I currently only have one 106 pipe left, and then that shape is going away. So shapes are phasing out as that particular rod stock that is used for the stems of the Phoenix pipe. There's only a limited amount of that. So the 106 is going away. I've got some 69 shapes left. When those sell out, that's the end of the 69 shape. I'm sorry, the 68 shape is going away. The 69 shape, I have some in stock, but I will be able to reorder those for a little bit. But then before the Phoenix line completely goes away, I will be introducing some limited edition shapes based on, you know, the sizes of rod stock that they'll still have available. So y'all be on the lookout for 2 or 3 new limited edition shapes from the Phoenix line before they completely go away. So that's what that update was about. Oh, the 320s are definitely not long smoking. Typically, I can get an hour to an hour and a half out of a 320. I smoke slowly. I don't think Match's 860 would have gotten an hour and a half out of a 320, but it would still be a longer smoke no matter what your cadence is, longer than a standard pipe bowl. I've been smoking this one for 40 minutes, and I'm halfway, not even, yeah, I'm probably halfway through. Joe Langford said an expensive pipe wasn't guaranteed to be a good smoker. That's true. He said he had to smoke some of his into submission. Yeah. You just never know. Sometimes you can get a basket pipe that just smokes magically. And sometimes you get a $500 pipe that you have, you know, gives you trouble here and there until it's broken in, and maybe even after that. That's why I carry the brands I carry, is for the money. I believe they're the most consistent pipes that you can get. As far as fit and finish and smoking properties. My stomach, y'all, if y'all can hear that, is telling me it's lunchtime. Yeah, Randy, you know, it was my intent when I started carrying 9mm Roma Lucite. It was my intent to start offering special ordering all Savinelli pipes in 9mm variants. And that was right at the beginning of this past 3-year fiasco Not with Savinelli, but just worldwide. You know what I'm talking about. Um, and they kind of locked it down. They said, we're going to grandfather in your ability to import 9mm Romelu sights, but we're not going to open up any other lines to you. And that may change in the future, and I beg and plead here and there about it. Haven't made any headway, and I'm not sure why Savinelli is gatekeeping 9mm pipes, specifically, coming into the U.S. market. They do offer the Sienna series. That's all 9mm filtered here in the States. Kind of like Peterson offers their Army filter and Dublin filter pipes. And those are the only ones you can get from Peterson in the States. But as interest grows in 9mm filtered pipes here in the U.S., I just don't understand why they wouldn't. It's more pipes for them to sell, I don't get it. But as many as they will let me, and as whatever they open up to me in the future, I will offer 9mm versions of. Maybe they're just having issues with stock in the European market still. And they just don't want to lose any of those to the States at this point in time. Hopefully that'll change. Relax Piper, the 221s, and the Phoenix line are all gone. I believe I have 221s in other lines. But that shape has been phased out of the Phoenix line. Yeah, I do have them in Army filter, smooth and sandblasted, as well as Dracula, which Draculas are unfiltered pipes. And then I have the 221s and the Dublin filter. So I've got 5 221 shapes available from Peterson on my site. 4 of those are 9mm filtered. I'm sorry. Yeah, okay, so I have 6, 4 of which are 9mm filtered. And if you're ever interested in a shape in another series that I don't typically carry, I will do special orders. I'm more than happy to do special orders, you guys, because, sometimes people are like, well, I don't want to bother Eddie. He doesn't normally carry those. It's kind of I don't want to pester him. That's not the case, you guys. If there's a brand that I carry, but I don't carry a particular pipe you want in that brand, I absolutely know that you can very easily go to another company and order that pipe. It is the best compliment you can give me to call me and make a special order, because that means you're going out of your way to support me in the Pipe Nook. So much appreciated are those special orders. So never feel like you're bothering me about a special order. That says a lot. Jonathan asks, is the Romalusite more popular than the Sienna series? Yes, absolutely. The Romalusite pipes are one of Savinelli's best-selling lines. Not just at the Pipe Nook, but overall. The Sienna series was them kind of dipping their toe into the 9mm market here in the States. And it does well, but it's not nearly as popular as the Romalusite pipes. I probably ship 3 or 4 Romalusites for every 1 Sienna pipe. And so they may be looking at that and just being like, yeah, we just don't want to inundate the US market with 9mm pipes because they honestly don't sell as well as their 6mm pipes. But I'm on a one-man mission to change that. I've always said 6mm filter is not a deal breaker. Of course, my preference is 9mm pipes. But like this Romalusite is a 6mm filtered pipe that I got in my personal collection before I was able to order the 9mm versions. Still smokes great. I would just personally prefer a 9mm. And you know, it wouldn't hurt for you guys if you guys want more Savinelli 9mm pipes. It wouldn't hurt to contact Laudisi, their US distributor. Go to laudisi.com. They have a contact option. Or go straight to Savinelli's website. I don't know if they have a contact option or not, but most companies do. We can start a grassroots movement. Yeah, I probably need to do a standalone video about special orders. I'm going to mark that down. And those of you on this live stream, it'll be a repeat largely, because that sentiment is exactly what I want to share in a standalone video. Randy, have you tried the Savinelli 6mm charcoal filters? They're the best draw of any 6mm filter, charcoal filter that I've ever tried. You can tell there's a little bit less of an airflow than a 9mm filtered pipe, but Savinelli's 6mm filters are the best. Jonathan, I appreciate the shout out to my video series. So I do have a 25-part video series about how to smoke a pipe. It's a kind of, you know, 25 videos is an investment, a time investment certainly, but I go through a lot of the topics that new pipe smokers find themselves needing to know. Specifically the mechanics of picking a pipe, packing your pipe, lighting, tamping, cadence, and I go into pipe filters. But there are a lot more side topics that I cover that honestly are essential. I will be in the near future making a standalone how to smoke a pipe video. But even if it's an hour long, I'd still have to, I'm going to be pointing people back to that 25-part video series because there's so much more in there than I could fit into a standalone video without making it 2 hours long. And that video series from, stem to stern is probably about 2 hours, 2 hours and 10 minutes, something like that. Yeah, Muller, that's the thing, is I can't special order 9mm filtered versions of Savinelli pipes. Only the Sienna and the Roma Luccites. Truly, truly wish they would let me. Huh? Yeah, Peaceful Nights, there is a decent bit to learn, but it's a rewarding journey, I can tell you that. How many we still got in the house? We're at almost an hour. Good grief, you guys. Yeah, so much for the 30-minute video. We still have 36 in the house. Good, good. Who is PRA? Yep, you caught the tail end of it. Let me jot down this video idea. Special orders. Appreciate that, Randy. Papa Bear, have a good day. Have a good weekend. All right, well, we've covered everything I meant to cover, I think. So we're going to sign off. And I'll finish this 320 offline. And I will be trying this new YouTube feature where I can have a conversation with others in the YTPC by adding them to the live stream. But it's going to take a little bit of planning. I had purchased an annual Zoom premium account to do that and haven't been doing it. So I think I'm going to let that lapse, particularly if YouTube's getting back in that scene. Oh, one more shout out. I know if you guys are looking for more content, more pipe related content, I've been listening to Get Piped, the podcast, Get Piped. He also has a YouTube channel. Adam. And I saw Adam. I didn't get to speak to him. I don't believe I got to speak to him, or if I did, it was very quickly at the Country Squire event a few weeks back where they recorded their final podcast. So if you guys are looking for another podcast to fill that void, well, I'll give you two. Three. There's Get Piped. There's Pipes, Pours, and Pals. And those two are, you know, a duo team, just like the Country Squire Radio was. And I much prefer conversational podcasts to like just one person talking. That's me personally. But then another good one that's one guy that also does interviews, so it is a bit conversational, is Pipe and Tamper. So those three podcasts, I've given them shout outs before, but I'll give you another one here. All right, we're going to sign off. Glad y'all got to see me, and we'll chat with you again soon.